Hello everyone, Darth Genki here, and welcome to the very first episode of Artist Block. I don't know, Usa-chan, what is the most evil, disgusting, violating, horribly phallically symbolic alien that we've discovered on our travels to conquer the galaxy? Oh yes, that one. Don't look. Anyone following the sci-fi circles knows of Ridley Scott's series Alien, and all of them have wet their pants over the sleek design of the xenomorph. They're so disturbing, in fact, that one wonders what poor deranged soul came up with something like this. That would be the work of one H.R. Giger, pronounced Giger, like this. The Swedish surrealist painter and master of all things dark and disturbingly phallic. He's got quite a few works, ranging from ink drawings to oil paintings, predominantly done in airbrushing techniques, very monochromatic and essentially very claustrophobic. He suffered night terrors most of his life. In fact, he started painting because it was part of his art therapy that was prescribed to him by a psychologist. And you know, it probably did not help that his father gave him a human skull for his birthday as a child. Way to screw up the kid! Actually, we should be glad he did that because his work has been so influential on the nerd community at large that we should just be giving human skulls out to kids like candy. Turn them to the dark side! Actually, the human skull was such an important thing to him symbolically, he ended up using it in many of his pieces. In his art, he often displayed images with bones and skeletons that were visible. He felt this made the figures more powerful, and that scared the hell out of me. He's been very recognizable thanks to his distinct style, which has often been described as xenoerotic. His forms were often dark and hypersexualized, and he likes to incorporate women into his pieces. His paintings are mostly monochromatic, with splashes of greens and reds occasionally to add to the creepy value. He's also the coiner, if not creator, of the term biomechanical, which is this fusion of inorganic and organic coming together in this mess of just gears and tubes and flowing liquids. I honestly can't show you most of his works on here. They're just too suggestive? Yeah, let's go with that. Now, as I said, he suffered from pretty severe night terrors, and he often stayed up all through the night painting. You can tell a lot of his designs were actually inspired by Salvador Dali, Ernst Fuchs, and a lot of things from H.P. Lovecraft. In fact, the first few releases of his art books were called the Necronomicon, Necronomicon 2, and I believe he went all the way up to 4. Alright, so that was his style. Now, what did he do? A ton! This guy has had his fingers in everything, from designing album covers, film design, directing, interior design, comic books, magazines, video games, as well as inspiring styles for tabletop games, card games, and a whole slew of tattooists and fetishists. I mean, check out this guy! He's got so many piercings, you could fit 5 facehuggers phallically fingering his fungus. I couldn't think of another fuff word. Well, anyway, due to his distinct and very unique style, many other forms of media have caught on and started creating images similar to his work. Magic the Gathering had the whole Phyrexian orthodoxy, and tabletop games owe a lot to Giger for inspiring some of the darker cyberpunk imagery out there. He also had a great love for music. Metal, industrial, and rock bands often had the same sort of themes that he was drawing. And he did design album covers for bands like Celtic Frost, Triptychon, Danzig, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Atrocity, and others. In fact, he actually got in quite a bit of trouble for designing Dead Kennedy's Frankenchrist cover, which I cannot show you because it is so out there that he actually got sued by the country of Sweden for obscenity. It was a penis landscape. Go look it up, it's great. Even many pop artists now are using the same kind of style. Giger was a big influence on the new metal bands such as Korn, POD, and Slipknot. Hell, the lead singer of Korn even got a personally designed, fully posable erotic mic stand. And no, I can't show you that one either. Phallic symbol, phallic symbol, phallic symbol. Now, as far as the Alien movies go, he also worked on the sequel Prometheus, and he is well known for his creature designs in those films. He also contributed a lot of architectural designs to the sci-fi community, such as Harkonnen's chair from Dune, and he designed a Batmobile for the Batman Forever movie, which ultimately didn't get used. But we can be sure Batman would have looked freaking metal driving down the street in a giant penis car. After his success with Ridley Scott's films, he went on to work on Poltergeist 2, Tokyo, The Last Megalopolis, Species, and a little-known German horror comedy, Killer Condom. Oh yes, that's something I want to see. The tagline is, Killer Condom, the rubber that rubs you out. Oh my god. He also got into directing films himself, such as Giger's Necronomicon 1975 and Giger's Alien 1979. Both were documentaries that were equally strange and basically talking about his art books and his work on the Ridley Scott's films. He actually had a great respect for David Lynch and thought that his film Eraserhead really captured his visions in a way that he couldn't in his films. It was one of his great wishes in life to have worked with David Lynch at one point. Sadly, Giger passed away this year. It's truly a loss for the sci-fi community at large, and everyone who worked with him always described him as a very kind, pleasant man. A little weird to be sure, but a complete sweetheart. The legacy that Giger leaves behind is still inspiring to new and upcoming artists to break the mold, do something different, and really be true to yourself. No matter how dark and frightening you may seem to be, create. Go out and do something. Express yourself, even if it's not socially status quo. And hopefully we can see a lot more designs like this in the future, because honestly, we can never have enough nightmare fuel. So, Giger, I hope you finally managed to rest in peace. Thank you, everyone. This has been Darth Genki, and you will know whose art you've been looking at. Say goodbye, Admiral Usa-chan. This just in! What is my introduction on Giger? My script is in 3 different places. Ah! Now, most of Giger... Actually, H.R. Giger... Why is his name so tongue-twisty? Giger. I should just hold this up like this. So ghetto. It's no lie. Caramel dancing. That's Swedish. It counts.